Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Max McLean and Olivia is behind the camera. You can't see her right now. With the McLean team at Carlton Royce International. So we're doing something a little bit different today. We got a new type of video going on. We actually brought in a professional because we've been having some questions with you guys about home inspections. So we went out and we got Joshua Archer here from Spect Home Inspections.
How you doing? My name is Joshua Archer. I'm a licensed home inspector here in the state of Florida. I am also the co-owner of Archer Construction Group. The name of my company is Spect Home Inspections. I have been a licensed home inspector for about 2 years now. In that time, I've inspected over 200 houses. So with all my full home inspections, you do receive the wind mitigation inspection, the 4-point inspection as well. And then on top of that, I give you guys warranties to help give you a better peace of mind and help better protect your investment.
That's a lot better than I could ever explain it right there. And that's why we went ahead and we got our Josh in here today, because we've been having a lot of questions by you guys and we want to go ahead and answer a few of those. So just to throw out some questions, I'm going to have him here and I'm just going to let him answer them right out of your mouths. So number one, why would you even get a home inspection? Why would you need a home inspection?
Well, I know a lot of people don't think that a home inspection is important because they think most of the time they could walk around and do a visual inspection and the house may look pretty and beautiful, and so a lot of times they do a kind of a flip on the house and they put a nice Band-Aid on it and it looks great. But I actually go through and I test components, I test mechanisms, I evaluate the home to make sure that there's nothing hiding. So obviously whenever you're doing a walkthrough on a house, you're not going to crawl up in the attic and crawl around and get all hot and sweaty in a 115-degree attic. But I will, and I'll find anything that may be hiding or underlaying in some places that you can't even see. So it's very important. And then like I said, you do get the wind mitigation inspection as part of the full home inspection. So with that, you can actually save money on your home insurance. But I know he has a question later on in the video where I'm going to explain what the wind mitigation is. That way you guys can know exactly what it is and what they're looking for.
Yeah, I was going to go back to that anyways. That's something that's really important too. So you mentioned, your get up in the attic. So when you come in to a home and you do these home inspections, what are some key things you're actually looking for? Like do you have any main things on your list that you're looking for?
Absolutely. So with the full home inspection, there's hundreds and hundreds of numerous components and mechanisms that I do test and inspect. Some of the major things is like on the exterior of the home, I'm looking at the foundation, exterior walls, soffit, gutters, roof drainage, roof structure, roof coverings, flashings, roof penetrations. I'm actually looking at the layout of the property itself as far as drainage goes. Is the water coming to the house or is it going away? Do we have soil erosion in places that may be a problem for the foundation in the future? It may not look like a problem now, but later on it could be. And then within the home, the electrical system is very important, obviously. So I do pull the panel on the electrical cover, or on the dead front, I'm sorry. And I'm checking for aluminum wiring, I'm checking for Romex connectors, I am checking for double taps. I'm looking to see if all of our circuit breakers are functioning the way they should. There is AFCI breakers, which is an arc fault breaker, which are located in your bedrooms. I'm making sure those are working as they should. And then if there's GFCIs within the electrical system, I do test to make sure those are working properly. And then I do go around and I check every single outlet in the home to make sure that the polarity at the outlet is correct. And then as part of the full home inspection as well, like I said, there's hundreds and hundreds of other things that I do inspect. But I do check the plumbing system. We're looking for correct configuration. We're looking at water lines, waste lines, looking for leaks, obviously. We're checking to make sure all your toilets are flushing correctly and efficiently to help you guys save money on your water bills. And then we're also checking the HVAC system, which that includes all your ducts, your vents, registers, returns, your blowers, heat pump, condenser, all that kind of stuff. So those are the main things that I'm looking at. There's a lot more.
That's all the main things.
Yeah.
No, I'm happy I'm not the one explaining this right now, as you can tell. Yeah. But, all right, so I mean, awesome information. So now as a buyer, because we most of the time I'm sure you do the inspections for buyers.
Right.
So as a buyer, what would be some red flags, some things that would make me be like, man, I don't know if I'm wanting to go through with this property or not?
Okay. So obviously you're not going to go through and test components and mechanisms and things like that. So you're talking about going around in like a visual type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking around the property. Obviously you're going to be looking at your exterior walls. If there's a lot of cracks, you do get cracks in the stucco. It's very typical for a house to settle, then you get cracks in the stucco. That's actually just the textured part of the home. But obviously, if they look like they're pretty big cracks, and there's a lot of cracks here and there, and you got cracks in your ceilings and cracks in your floors and cracks in the tile, that may be a sign that we have some type of foundation issue. So that's definitely a red flag. And then you're going around and looking at windows if you got broken window panes and things like that. Windows are expensive to replace, and then obviously if you do have a broken window, it's gonna not help your electric bill at all. And then if you want to open up some cabinets and look for possible leaks underneath the plumbing components, and then maybe if there was leaks before to ruin your cabinets. So just things like that.
Wow. Okay, man, he's answering way better than I could ever do this. So going back to this, we're doing a lot of people, you need a termite inspection. VA loans, FHA loans, you have to have termite inspection. But a lot of people, when they aren't having a wood frame house, they don't necessarily want or think they need to have one. Can you explain a little bit on, if it's not a wood frame, why that's still important?
Okay. So obviously, yeah, like you said, if you are buying a block home, you don't think that there's a lot of wood within that home, but there really is. There's wood everywhere. First of all of your drywall that's attached to your block house, it's secured to wood. So they actually put a furring strip on that block wall, and then they put your insulation there, and then your drywall last, and then do all your finish work. So there's a lot of wood in your block home that you don't even know about, or you don't even think is there, especially up in your attic. All your trusses are made completely out of wood, and that's where termites like to go. They do like to go up in the attic. So the low cost of a WDO inspection, usually it's less than $75. Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to help protect your investment.
Yeah, it is. Which brings us right into, you were talking a little bit about it earlier with the wind mitigation.
Right.
So can you just tell a little bit of exactly what that is? Because I knew when I first started in this, I had no idea, never even heard of wind mitigation,
okay.
And then how that can benefit them.
So the wind mitigation inspection is actually in 2006. Citizens Insurance is one of the biggest insurance companies in Florida. They did pass a law whenever Hurricane Andrew came through. It's not really a law, but it's more of an incentive for builders and buyers. So they're looking at the implementation of the building techniques within the home, just so if there was intense winds to come through from a hurricane, we can hopefully decrease the damage to the home. So they are using those techniques to help decrease the damage, I guess you could say.
Okay.
And then they're also looking for hurricane impact rated windows and doors. They're looking to see how that roof is actually secured to the home itself. So basically I go through and I test all these different things. I look over all these different items that they're asking for within this form. And then at the end of it, you can put it all together, give it to your insurance agent, and then you can hopefully save some money on your home insurance.
And now, Josh, with your inspections, you actually include that wind mitigation in there, correct?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Every
See,
time.
a lot of inspectors, and I work with Josh as regularly as I can. That's an additional cost, so that's a really big plus.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're in Spring Hill, and if there's anything that Spring Hill is known for, unfortunately, it can be sinkholes sometimes.
Right.
And so we get a lot of buyers, a lot of people moving into the area that's a really big concern, and rightfully so. So, I mean, how concerned should you be with a sinkhole home?
When it comes to sinkholes, what I tell a lot of buyers, so they're saying, oh, this is a repaired sinkhole. I walk around the house and I look for the signs of sinkhole. A lot of the times that they're not even there. And what happened was whenever the market crashed, there was a lot of claims on sinkholes. But the sinkholes really weren't even on the property, but the market was dropping. These houses were so expensive and everything wasn't appraising the way it should, so they had all these claims just pouring in. Now with that being said, there was houses that did have signs of sinkholes, and there has been sinkholes in Spring Hill. So they have gone through and they do the drill ports and they put these big rods underneath their home so that it's stable and it's not going anywhere. So with that being said, if there was sinkhole activity or they did make the claim, then they put the ports in and your house is secured, so you never have to worry about it. So if something were to happen, at least your house is not going to go anywhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Wow. So we're going to kind of start wrapping it up a little bit here. So typical inspection for you, how long is that going to last? I know we got a lot of people who have busy lives, so how
Right.
long are we looking at?
Well, depending on the size of the home, it usually takes 2 to 3 hours.
Okay, 2 to 3 hours. So Josh, I know you've been a wealth of knowledge here with all this. And so I know that these are things that when you go into homes, you're doing a lot of work, and not every buyer is as much of an expert in buying a house as we are with seeing stuff every day. So whenever they receive a report, can you tell a little bit of how that's going to look and how they might read it to put it in a little easier terms for them to understand?
Yep, absolutely. So whenever I go through, I do take hundreds of photos of the house and all the different items that I inspect and all my findings. So then at the end of the day, I do go home and I use a reporting software, which is known as HomeGauge. It's one of the most popular reporting softwares in the country. So I take all those photos, like I said, there's usually 200 or 300 different photos, and I put it into this report. It's a full online report, and I use arrows and circles and notes and comments and everything for you to understand exactly what that report's saying. Like I said, it is all online, so whenever I'm completely done with it, you'll get a username, you'll get a temporary password, you can change it if you would like to. Then you just simply log in and your full report's online. You could download it to your computer, you could forward it to whoever you need to, and if you want to look at a specific section, let's say you just want to look at the electrical side of it, because like I said, it is a big report, you can simply go up to the index, which is at the top of the online report, click on electrical, and it'll bring you directly to that section. You can look at everything that you need to.
Fantastic. And then, the most important question, man.
Money.
What are we talking? Yeah, what's the average cost?
Well, again, that does vary by the size of the house, but typically it's between $250 and $315, somewhere in that ballpark. If we're getting into a bigger house, 4,000, 5,000 square feet, it does go up. But yeah, somewhere in that vicinity.
Which I will tell you guys, that's a phenomenal price. It really, really is. Well, Josh, man, that has been way better than anything we can ever do. I appreciate it so much. Joshua Archer, Pro Spect Inspections. Yes, we will tag him down below because, clearly you're going to want this guy. The amount of knowledge, you can tell he loves his job. Fantastic work. We use him every chance we get. I really appreciate it, man.
Not a problem. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. And guys, remember, our raffle's still going on. So, hey, we still got those Miranda Lambert tickets. We got the concert tickets we're giving away. We still got the Yeti Cup we're giving away. And we still got the Bass Pro gift card we're giving away. That ends June 21st. June 21st. Like, tag, share.
Honestly, I'm allowed to register. Right?
Oh, you're allowed to register, man. Yeah, like, tag, share. Tell all your friends. Tell your neighbor. Tell your grandma. And if you are looking to buy or sell, or know anyone who's looking to buy or sell anywhere in this area, please don't be afraid to give us a call. Thank you.